and following along. And this is our big giveaway announcement show. So, yeah, we're going to talk about our big giveaway. We'll talk about that a little bit later, and we'll give you all the details about that. So that's going to be fun.
Are we giving away a puppy?
We're not giving away a puppy, but this is our special St. Patrick's Day show.
Yay! Jessica's favorite.
When is it?
It's my favorite. Friday.
It's Friday?
St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay. She looks at me like...
She's like
"How
our
do you
lucky
not
leprechaun."
know?" Right? Because I'm not a cool kid. No, I didn't know.
It's all right.
I am going to have corned beef and cabbage. I always do.
Where?
I'll probably buy it and nuke it, and then...
I don't eat that.
She won't eat that.
They have some at Trader Joe's. I saw it today.
Oh, they did?
I saw it at Costco yesterday when we
I
were
got
there.
my flowers.
Yeah, it's $5 off. Anyway, so we're gonna celebrate tonight without the green beer, without the corned beef, cabbage, carrots,
Yeah,
onions,
what's in your
potatoes.
Just say, don't
You
ask.
guys have cups.
Don't ask what's in my green cup.
I don't have anything fun.
No, it's just water.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a fun show tonight. We got a bunch of questions, and we're going to we have a bunch of announcements, but we're going to announce the big giveaway show next week. So hang around, and it's legit. It's probably, I didn't do the math, but I'm guessing we're going to give away next week about $700 worth of products.
Ooh, am I eligible?
Yeah.
Are you eligible? No.
Oh.
Nobody here. Otherwise, every winner would be you, me, her, Helen.
Okay.
You, me, her, Helen.
That's fair.
Just the
I'll
people
pass
who
it
are
along.
here. Just here. Yeah. So I wasn't expecting Jessica to be with us tonight because I thought she'd
Surprise.
be home because she welcomed a new member to her family on Saturday. And congratulations. I thought you would be home babying
Send
the
Helen
new baby.
a picture.
Well,
Do you want to send
I'll send Helen a picture. I think you
sure.
sent
Did I
one.
give you
Okay.
a good one?
I think
Doesn't
so.
matter. It doesn't matter.
It's very
Anyway,
cute. You have to make sure.
Yes.
You have this one?
You know.
No, I have the one
no.
with you in it.
I'll send you this one.
Right.
Yeah, no,
So you
she
get to see
was
the
going to be
new,
home because her kids are home. It's spring break.
Right. My kids are home for spring break, but they're
And a new baby arrived.
not a human baby, or it's not alive. It's not alive.
If you're confused, well,
You'll see in just a second.
yeah.
I've been waiting years for this, and it finally came, and I'm so excited.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You did. I thought for sure when I got that rental, and you saw that rental that I had.
Yes.
I thought for sure it was going to change your mind.
Oh no. I knew what I
You
wanted.
were already fixated on it.
Yes.
She's been
Anyway.
obsessed.
All right. Anyway, we'll get a look at the new addition to the family.
It's not named yet.
in a little bit. It's not. Okay. Well.
No.
Okay. Well, then we'll come up with something. If you have,
yeah.
right. If you have a name suggestion, post it in the comment section.
Okay.
Wherever you happen to be watching this, and as a matter of fact. Great segue. We are live streaming the Curly Hair Q&A show every Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time at several places, some of which you may be watching live now, or you might be listening to the podcast tomorrow or tonight. Anyway, on Facebook in the Curly Girl support group, the Curly Hair Q&A group, the Diva Curl users support group, the Raw Curls users support group, the Curly Silvers support group, and our Curl Club.
I see you brought out the laminated sheet like we discussed.
Yes, I have.
I told him to write it on the board.
I have to update it. Yeah, I have to update it, and we're also live streaming. The best place to watch this show live is on YouTube on the Curly Hair Q&A show YouTube channel. That is by far the best user experience. We used to do this show on Instagram as well, live, and we had a problem with there was a change that Instagram did, and they made it hard. And maybe we'll do it. Maybe we'll do it again.
We did the eyebrows.
Yeah, and you know what else? And you know what else? For you know what else? For
what
those
else?
of you who don't know,
We don't know.
Did you know that we are a 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023 award-winning podcast?
Oh, it's like the Oscars.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. It is. I'm gonna start listing them off.
I have a little Oscar trophy.
That's right. You do. I'm gonna. Yeah, you do. I'm going to start listing them off next week. They start typically in the hair industry. The award season kind of starts in February and it goes into March and whatever. And in the last about 3 weeks, the awards have started coming out for podcasts, and we are at, I think we're over 20. Our podcast has won over 20 awards just this year.
Wow.
So we're getting better.
Nice.
That's
we're,
awesome.
We might not be getting better,
we're improving.
but we're improving. Which, hey, I'm all about the numbers. I'm a numbers guy. So if the numbers are improving, nothing else matters, right? So anyway, so you can listen to this episode as a podcast and all the previous archived shows and interviews on the Curly Hair Q&A Show podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts.
So we have a picture. We have Jessica's baby.
All right.
Have you seen it, Ken?
We were
I
gonna bring
have.
it, but the weather didn't cooperate. It started to rain,
I know.
Okay. All right.
and we were gonna have bad hair.
Yeah, let's get a drum. That would be bad. Yeah. Well, drum roll, please.
Ooh.
All right.
Yay.
And there
Oh, wow.
How pretty it is.
She's rolling in a Jeep.
I love it. And it looks
Yeah.
on the camera, I can see it kind of looks kind of gray, kind of blue, but it doesn't look like that in person. Doesn't it look a little green in person?
Yeah, it's like a green, gray, blue. It's
I love it.
it's called Earl Grey.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Earl Grey.
It was funny because even the guys at the dealership were kind of arguing back and forth, like, is it in the blue category? Is it in the green
It's Earl
category?
Grey.
It's like
Earl-
Ken's eyes. They can
love
be
it.
either or,
Oh.
green or blue.
Yeah, it's weird, huh?
depending on what
I'm
you're
a,
wearing.
I'm a rarity, yeah. You know what would have been really cool?
If you can see 'em.
If God would have actually let people see them. I'm going to give you these really cool
They look like
eyes,
that.
but
They look like her car.
My husband's eyes are very small. Like they're closed too.
I don't know
okay.
anybody who's got smaller eyes than me. I have never seen anybody with smaller eyes than me. I hate it. And they're gorgeous. And they're just sucks,
You have to keep them to yourself.
I guess. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway.
Well,
so-
that's my Jeep.
So
I
it's
love
Earl
it.
Grey?
Yes.
Better than Dorian Gray. Anyway, for those
So
of you
now-
literature people,
Oh.
laugh at that.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I do know what you're referring. I shouldn't
hope not.
admit that, but I do
I-
know what you're talking
Good.
about.
I hope not. I hope it's not.
No, so
I don't.
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
It's a great story. Anyway, go on.
So, yes, I've wanted that my whole life, and my husband surprised me for my birthday. We went
Early.
out and picked it up. I'm so excited. So, if I don't show up for work, it's because I'm out driving around in the Jeep.
Yeah. And if her hair is like
Yeah.
out to Timbuktu.
Right.
That we're going to talk about that. What to do with like
Yeah.
Jeep hair.
Corvette hair.
Convertible
and
hair.
Convertible hair.
Convertible curls. That's what we'll
motorcycle
call it.
hair. We can talk about
Convertible
that.
curls.
I
Yeah.
drove around today with nothing, with the top down, and
And it shows.
does it?
Yes, it does.
No.
Just kidding. You look great.
Wow.
No,
Look
you
like
have
$1 million.
I have a good curl.
Yeah, look
happening
at that
in the
curl.
front. Look at that. Like
That's
I
your
think
piece
Look
that
at
used to be
that.
straight.
Yeah.
it's like I used the hair dryer to like spin it into place, but it was just the wind in my Jeep.
Yeah. So you're
Nice.
driving around in it today with the top down,
Oh, for sure.
with Limp Bizkit on in the radio.
I was
Rolling,
listening to a little bit of
rolling,
everything.
rolling. I figured.
It's fun.
Nice.
Spewing F words at people who had
No.
no idea what you're talking about.
No, I'm very respectful. I don't know.
Right.
Yesterday, my son and I were driving around in it though, and that probably wasn't very appropriate, but it was. We were singing all of the songs.
Yeah. It's
great.
That's absolutely so. You want to get into some questions or
Yeah, let's do it.
anything else? Oh, I'll give. Oh, we got a bunch of updates. There's good updates at the house, kind of.
All right.
This morning when I got up.
Well, that's
aside
good.
of the fact that we had no water, but that's another story.
Okay. Well,
We'll talk about that. Let's get into some questions.
Yes.
All right, Melanie, are curly girl friendly shampoos still damaging even though they're curly girl shampoos? I'm assuming that's a question from someone that doesn't understand sulfates or even knows.
right. So that's why I'm thinking that through carefully. So, that is kind of a loaded question because typically curly girl friendly shampoos should be very gentle. They don't have sulfates in them. They should be moisturizing, gentle, not stripping of the hair, to dehydrate the curls. However,
Unless.
there are some products that are considered curly girl friendly that don't have great ingredients, and they have cheaper fillers and things that can, build up on the hair. So, not all of them are created equal.
So you got to learn to read the labels.
Well, and you gotta kind of get educated, with what's good, bad, better, worse, for your hair.
Yeah, it's not a 3-sentence answer. So,
But there's different levels of curly girl friendly and clean.
yeah. Here's another one. Okay, all right. Melanie, recently I bumped into an article that made me wonder if the hair is really a quote-unquote dead part of the body. Thus, we are not in any pain when cutting it. But then most, not all, of the hair product on the market is a great marketing scheme. The only real thing that can possibly affect our hair is what we put in our body internally, not what we put on our hair externally. I'm honestly curious and would love to get more information from you on this topic. Thank you.
Good question. And that it is an interesting topic because she is correct in saying that the hair, outside of the scalp is typically considered dead. There's no blood flow happening there. But there is, still liveliness, in the scalp and under the scalp where it grows from. So yes and no, but so we're able to cut the dead ends off, but using products are going to be helpful because they're going to help to smooth the cuticle down, control frizz and the things that happen on that hair because it's not receiving the same kind of moisture and blood flow and oils from the scalp once you get further and further away from the scalp. And that's why people with long hair, people with, curly hair have a harder time getting the natural oils from scalp to ends. And that's why we need products to assist us. But there is a point of no return. I've talked about that before with porosity. There's different levels of porosity. And when you get to the highest level of porosity, meaning the hair is completely damaged and broken down, there is no other repair other than cutting the hair or getting rid of it. But up to that point, there are things that we can use that help assist, the health, the moisture, the protein, putting keratin strength and moisture back into the hair. That's all beneficial. And you see that. If you didn't use any products, your hair, you can look at it without putting anything in it. And there's a huge difference than when you do like conditioning treatments. If somebody is using good products and then it's dry in the wintertime and you start adding a conditioning mask, you see improvement, you see a difference.
Could you imagine if there was blood flowing through hair when you cut it?
Oh, gosh.
That is horrific. That's all I could picture when you said that. You're like, there's no blood flowing through. I'm like, thank goodness.
That would be a great movie for our Halloween Horror Stories episode.
Oh,
that
yeah,
comes up
like
every
Edward
October.
Scissorhands.
Or if it hurt.
Yeah. Well,
I can't imagine.
I don't know that you were working for me yet. I don't think so. There was one of my clients that brought her little daughter, and she was 5, and she was getting like her first haircut. And the mom was battling back and forth, and the girl was crying, and I just said, forget it. We're traumatizing her. I'm not going to do it. But then something went off in my head because she was associating the word cut. A cut hurts. A cut is an owie. A cut bleeds, So I was like, wait a minute. That's why she's thinking it's scary. It's going to hurt. So I said, look and I showed her on my hair because I've got plenty. I cut some off and I was like, it doesn't hurt. You don't feel it. And she...
You know what I would have did?
No, because you're mean.
No.
Of course I would.
So she looked and was like,
kids.
how kids have that like expression, like
More than
trying
cats.
to figure it out, right? So she was like, can you do it again? And I was like, sure. So I cut it again, nothing. And that was it. That's all it took. So then she was like, okay, you can cut my hair.
That's
but
awesome.
I never thought of that before with little
yeah.
kids. That's what they
Right.
associate. Cutting hurts.
Right. Don't do
Yeah.
that. You're going to cut yourself.
Yeah.
Let's go get your hair cut. That sounds terrible.
Yes, right. Exactly. So yes, but the hair is alive at the scalp and in the root, and that's why feel it if you pull out
it
a
out.
piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
like Jessica did to me the other day. No, it wasn't.
Right.
I
attached.
said I was pulling this piece of hair, and I'm like, I don't know if it's attached. Do you feel it? Do you feel it? She never felt it. It wasn't attached.
I'm like, just
Right.
pull it.
Pull it. Which is actually a question we're going to talk about in a little bit as well. I have a fun fact and a question. I'm going to ask my question first. I can't believe the Jeep comes in that fluorescent green, that just smack you in the face green, and you didn't get that?
that.
Yeah, no, thank you.
It's your favorite color.
It's not my favorite color at all.
Green is not your favorite color.
Neon yellow. It's not green.
It's not green?
No,
Is
it's
it too
like
yellow?
it's like highlighter yellow.
Oh,
Oh,
The yellow one that's
Yeah.
out right now. Yeah, no.
no.
The only green, the other option of green is like an army green, which
Yeah.
I considered
You did consider.
I like that so much better 'cause
until
it's
I
unique.
until I saw this one on the lot and it just spoke to me.
Yeah.
What
And
did
my-
it say?
It said,
Come
Jessica,
to me.
you need me.
Jesse?
And I said,
Jesse.
it definitely didn't say that or I would have walked away.
How you doing?
And so my husband said, do you want this Jeep?
You
And I
want to
said,
ride?
Yes, I do. And the rest is history.
Oh, good.
You two are trouble.
Yeah. Here's my fun fact. And Melanie, I didn't get to tell you this morning, and
Oh.
that's why I called you back. Because I thought maybe this morning you might want to know it. You guys probably don't, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Yeah, I had food poisoning last night. I had a fun night.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
From that meal?
Oh, no.
You think it was that?
What else would it have been?
Well, you didn't
Remember I
feel
said
good
I didn't
anyway.
eat all day. Remember I said I didn't eat all day. And then I ate
I
that,
know,
and
but
it
you
was
weren't
like,
feeling great before that.
not that kind of.
You need to call them.
My throat was sore. That's not what I had last night.
Oh.
Was a sore throat.
We don't need descriptions.
No, but I
He
wanted
needs
to
that
make sure.
cleanser you were talking about on the way.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't
What is
eat
it?
anything.
What is it called?
I'm good. Lost
the
6
little-
pounds. This is
Okay.
excellent.
All right.
Anyway,
Next question.
Yeah, so I just thought I'd tell you that.
Thank you. I was so
The
curious.
reason I'll tell you guys.
Well,
this
I was
really-
going to share that fun fact,
Oh,
not
you
that
can.
one.
Go ahead if you want to.
We don't want to know what was happening to you last
All right.
night in the bathroom.
Well,
Ken.
there's a reason though.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
I'll bet I know the fun fact that you're talking
Yes.
about. And that is a fun fact because I even was like, yeah, I can't believe it. Do you want to share that?
So
since
sure.
We're talking about
We
this?
we went out to dinner because I had a gift card and we were doing chasing around like we always do on Sunday and car stuff and all this and that. Anyway, and so Ken and I have been married 25 years together, 26 years, and he is like the least picky eater ever. He'll eat everything, anything, never, he doesn't care. He doesn't complain. And so we went to True Foods. Yeah, True Foods Kitchen. And I was eating my meal and I don't know why he does this. He has to order something different. So I'm not like that. If I have something I like, that's what I stick with. That's what I
Every
get.
Single time.
Yep.
yeah, you're not going to go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. But he ordered something different, and I look over and I'm like, "Is it good?" And he's like, "No." And I'm like, "What do you mean no?" And he's like, "It's terrible. Like, I can't even eat it." And I said, "Well, you need to tell them." But he refused. He just didn't eat it, so I gave him the rest of my food. But that's the first time ever that I can
Ever.
think of that Ken didn't eat his meal or like didn't finish it or
Like, eat it
said it
all.
was unedible or was going to send it back.
Unedible.
You now for sure I'm mad. You should have sent
Yeah.
it back. It really made you so something
Yeah.
was wrong. No wonder it tasted
Yeah.
bad.
I kept telling her, I'm like, she's like, what is it? What is it? I'm like, this just doesn't work. It's like there's something about the flavors in here. It's just not right.
Maybe the
I couldn't-
broth was
I
spoiled.
couldn't
This
put
is
a,
not a fun fact.
no, well, it is. Well, the fun fact is that I have never not eaten.
The
I
fun
grew, I
fact
grew
is
up
you'll
in a
eat
household
anything.
where, I grew up in a household where my mother made it clear she was not having picky eating kids. Period.
Yeah.
You're going to eat everything, or you're going to have it for breakfast, or
Right.
lunch, or dinner, or whatever. There was no, you get up after 10 minutes and just get out of my sight kind of thing, and then they no,
Right.
You don't eat it. When it's time to go to bed, you go to bed. But tomorrow morning, when you come down for breakfast, guess what you're having? Beets, little Kenny, beets. And then they're going to be cold this time.
Yum yum.
Yep. So anyway,
Wow.
yeah. So that's it.
So if he makes a quick exit, don't ask questions.
No, I'm good. I feel good. I feel good now, but I did not last night. It was a rough night. Melanie, I know we are. Hey, at least we're real here. We're real.
Oh, yep. See,
What?
I'm losing. My headphones fall off.
Melanie, I know we are to avoid using heat when going natural, embracing our curls, but diffusing, isn't that considered heat? In other words, she's saying to her, diffusing is confusing. See what I did there?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Very, very charming. Ha ha. See what I did there?
Yes. I'm a
Says
rapper.
charm.
Right.
Lucky charm.
Lucky charm.
Yes, I guess you could get a little confused with that, but that's the whole point of the diffuser is to diffuse and soften the air. So typically, you're not having it on a super high heat. You're not diffusing for a really long time. In fact, I usually diffuse for 5 minutes or less. That's why I don't like to do it from sopping wet. So the heat is barely on your hair and it's really diffused. That's the whole point of that tool, is to spread the heat out, and it's soft. It's just like it's not gonna do any damage. So
That happened this week. You had a client with curly hair and you got the diffuser out and you said, nope, your hair's too wet.
yeah,
And it took you had to get her a little more dry before you diffused it,
that's right.
How'd you do that?
Put her under the hooded dryer.
which also isn't touching.
Correct, and that's the whole point of that. Is, and the old lady, the ladies that used to always get the roller sets. That was the thing. Like they didn't want their hair blowing around and getting all crazy and frizzy. Well, maybe they should have, because then you wouldn't have to tease it as much. But anyway,
backcombing.
yeah, backcombing. But, that's the whole point of the hooded dryer as well. So I place my curly hair clients under there because I don't have time to just let them sit and air dry partially. So they go under the hooded dryer it's usually only about 5 minutes. And then I finish with the diffuser about 5 minutes and voila. So yeah, I get it, but no, it's not damaging in the way that we're using it. But when people are having, like when I do a blowout and I'm actually straightening and smoothing somebody's hair or keratin treatment, whole different story. You have high heat, you're pulling on the hair. My dryer is going for 30, 45 minutes straight, each section by section. So whole different story.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You guys want another quick fun fact?
I don't know.
Only if it's fun.
My cat is still alive. Can you believe it?
it's getting a little
so cute.
thin. It looks,
It's
are you
getting a little
feeding
thin.
it?
No, we're not feeding it.
He's still super happy though.
He's still super happy. He's still got his party hat on, and he is,
He looks like he had a little food poisoning too.
a little bit
So in the salon, we have the balloon that you gave Melanie.
for her birthday.
Yes,
curls.
because we decided that it is our birthday month. So it is
See,
going to be
remember
up for the whole
I used
month.
to joke about this with people who were, because I actually knew people that were like that were serious. It's my birthday month.
Well, her birthday's at the beginning of the month. Mine's at the end.
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed silly to take it down for 2 weeks in the middle.
Right.
And then we have our 2 anniversaries in between there.
There's lots to
That's
celebrate.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
had
a lot
my
of cake.
7
cake.
We haven't had
last
any
year.
cake yet.
I know we have been avoiding it because last year we had so many
much
big
cake.
cakes.
That's right.
Yeah. So I got her favorite little treat, and for her birthday we'll have cake. But yeah,
Yeah. So the cat's still alive. I love cats. That's a fun fact.
good, because Betty's got kittens.
Oh, Betty. One
4
our
of them.
clients.
She's got kittens.
And my
one
son
who-
Nathan is not getting
Yes.
one.
Good. Wonderful. Melanie, are there particular product combinations or combinations of product that work better together? There are so many variations of so many different types of products. So my question is, what is your opinion on, I should have read this first. What is your opinion on quote unquote cocktailing one brand with a different brand? Is there anything to be concerned about?
I
Boy,
thought
is
Jessica's
that
ears
how
perked up when you
deep
said
do
cocktailing.
Yes, of course they did. So did the person in the control room. Anyway. we won't go that
Ooh,
way.
wow.
But there's fun facts.
Okay.
Yeah, boy, we haven't talked about this. Should we tell the history about this first?
Go ahead. I'm not sure what you're referring to.
About 12, 13, 14 years ago, at the time, it was a pretty small community in the United States of stylists that considered themselves curly hair specialists, had curly hair training and whatever. And that term came out. Somebody started doing it, and then everybody started doing it. And it turned into this deal of who could outdo who. Who could outdo whom? Right? That's right. Who could outdo whom? And I know, just because I make products, I'm like, it sounds great, in theory, but in the concrete, like products typically work better with like products, and that's whatever manufacturer. So whatever, if you're using Jessie Curl products, it's a really good idea to find things in their line that, to use for all, say 3 or 4, whatever, amount of products that you use. That's always best. That's always best. So anyway, so it turned into this thing, and people were just on and on and on. And I'm like, this is not a good thing in general, you guys. It's not a good thing. Well, it worked its way from the stylist world. It worked its way from the stylist world to the Facebook community world and the Instagram world of end users, right? And it was a trend that was growing, and it was what it was doing. It was confusing people at a time that we were working really hard. And when I say we, in the curly hair industry, to get people to understand the basics, to follow the basics, like a lot of you guys know the Curly Girl method. Now we have our Curly approved products. We'll have a list out, matter of fact, this summer of what will be the current and updated list of products that are Curly approved. We've learned a lot in 20 years. But anyway, and it was just confusing people because, like say Jessica could use a certain combination and then tell 20,000 other women in a group that I use this combination of 3 different brands and whatever, and look how beautiful my curls are. And then 16 other women would run out, buy that same combination, and it would be a crap mess and whatever. Right. And of course, nobody ever listens to me, so I going in the group sometimes. I'm like, you guys need to start writing. And what the hell do you know? You're a man. You have straight hair. What do you know? Write that whole thing. I get it all the time. Right, Helen? Anyway.
Mean Tweets is next weekend.
Mean Tweets is next week, you guys, along with the big giveaway, which I'll tell you about in a minute. It's going to be big. It's going to be a lot. But anyway, so me, being me.
Oh, boy.
To combat it, I started making crap up. I started making stuff up. So I was saying, what we found is if you use this shampoo, peanut butter, and then just a tad of Comet cleanser, if you mix it together, it's just stuck right.
You're terrible.
I just did it over and over.
You can only do that on April Fool's Day. It's the wrong holiday for that.
This is like this.
He
probably
does this stuff
15 years
without
ago.
me knowing.
This is probably like 15 years ago, and it just. I mean, me. I just do it, and then I just sit back in my office in my desk and just laugh at myself.
You're the only one laughing.
Because I'm the only one laughing, right?
Oh,
goodness.
But just to me, it was the whole idea of watching these people, just falling over themselves, Oh, I got to get some Barkeeper's Friend, just whatever. I need peanut butter. Really?
It.
Avocado? Right? Just all this. I was just throwing everything to get just anything.
Why?
Ridiculous combinations. Because that's what they were doing. And it was getting way, way out of hand. Thankfully, I want to say maybe a year or two later, that little by little went away. And more and more people started to realize, and I think a lot of it had to do with, again, more professional stylists getting trained. So more people in general, curly girls and guys in general, being able to see a real curl specialist and getting real product recommendations, and, here's what use, selling it to them, go home and do this, and you'll replicate what I did here in the salon. And as the industry grew, that kind of went away. Now you still hear about this and that a little bit, but it's not near as prevalent. But it's just like any industry, you go through these growth spurts, and people were looking for anything. I mean, you remember in those days, Melanie, I mean, there was only a couple, really decent curly hair brands out there. And frankly, most of them, you didn't even know of. Now they're like everywhere.
No,
I would have never thought it would have got this big.
before the curly hair movement, there was products that we used, like that were the moisturizing shampoo, or there was products that were available. They just weren't, marketed specifically for curly hair. But it's not like there was never anything. They were just a little different. There was always a moisturizing shampoo in most lines, and our first line included. But so like before we had our own product line, I would have thought that's ridiculous too. Mix and match products is no big deal. But not that I did it a lot, but I think I did it a little. But after manufacturing our own hair products, I realized, that always doesn't always work out, because how do I explain? There's like negative and positive charges in products, and a lot of times they don't mix. Or like we, even within our line, tried to mix something together and it just curdled up like sour milk. So there is real, science to it. And so it is best, usually things are formulated to work together within a line. I tell my clients, like, if you're using something and it's working for you, fine. If they want to try it, sometimes they say, what one product would be the thing that I need, and I have to try to choose something from my line to go with what they're using. Usually I just pick what they're missing, but I always educate them. Like you just said, if it doesn't work or it seems like it's not working properly, then you know why, so I do always say that. But sometimes they just can't, make the switch, all at one time. So they have to kind of go piece by piece.
So Melanie, you're on a cruise ship, and
I wish.
And all of a sudden there's an emergency, and everyone's got to bail, and you can only take one curly hair product with you. And as you paddle off to that island in the distance, what product do you take?
Ooh, I know.
You can only take one.
What do you say?
I'm taking anti-frizz spray.
What are you taking?
I have to think about that. I was going
Ship sinking.
Yeah.
It's not slowing down.
you too late.
You saw the Titanic.
get nothing.
The back end's going up, right? The deck chairs are already sliding to the front, right?
I was going to say my cleanser, but
because you could use it as a body wash too.
Right, because you can use it as body wash.
Yeah.
It's moisturizing enough that, it could get away without conditioner. I would feel like I'm clean. And then I was going in my head, that's why I was hesitating and going back and forth, because the conditioner you could kind of wash your hair with, and it would you could use it as, I'm going to stick with the cleanser. Anti-frizz, no, because it's just going to,
You thought too deep. I was thinking just the hair stuff. I was
In
thinking
the
like
meantime,
the
Jack is
P4.
already drowned and froze to death.
He's fine. It's fine. He didn't need any hair products anyway. He was fine.
Waiting. Not where he was going.
No, I'm sticking with my cleanser.
Okay.
I think that's the good choice.
Okay. Well,
All right.
everyone can walk around Melanie. You have to stay away from me because I can't wash with anti-frizz spray.
No, you can't, but you could trade.
What?
Are you on that same ship?
We
That
can
sinking
barter.
ship?
Probably. I'm with her more than you are.
That's true. That's true. So let me give you the big announcement about next week's giveaway. We may have a couple others in the subsequent weeks, but I'm not sure yet. And then next month, we've got the big Diva Curl giveaway.
Wow.
We're going to be giving. Did you know we're going to be giving away a year's supply of Diva Curl products? Not
I
to
did
you.
not.
To you.
Do you know I've never used Diva Curl products?
And you're not going to start.
No, why would I?
Because you work here, and that means you're not eligible for a prize.
Okay, it's fine.
She wouldn't want it anyway.
I don't want. Yeah.
I keep looking at these because they look like belly dancing like the belt, the coins.
Well, you could probably climb in it and put it around your waist if you wanted to. It's a pot of gold, Melanie.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what the real pot of gold is? Is our giveaway that's starting next week.
Oh,
Now,
nice.
it's going to be like our old giveaway, so you're going to have to watch in the live stream, and you're going to have to answer questions.
About what?
We haven't decided yet,
Oh.
but we usually come up with good questions. But tomorrow we'll give away
yeah.
about 7. We'll start what we're going to give away next week. We'll see how much time we have, but we'll give away, each winner will get legit, right off our website, a $58 product. Free, shipped.
Wow.
$58.
58 plus $10 in shipping it costs us, so $68 worth of free. You just got to be here. and you got to answer questions.
I'll be here.
Yep.
I'll answer the questions.
Yep. Yep.
I'm just kidding. I'll give it to it.
So all you haters in the
No.
in the Diva Curl group, yeah, you might want to go back and delete your comments where you
No.
call us
No,
jerks. for
everybody
tagging
be
you.
nice.
I'm gonna do mean tweets.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't do
Mean
that because then we
messages,
won't have
mean
mean tweets for next
messages.
week. Yeah, leave
All
them.
right.
Leave them
Oh,
up.
goodness.
Because we're gonna do a mean show. We figure it's time. I hadn't even thought about it. Melanie actually brought it up to me. She's like, "Why don't we do a mean?"
Well,
tweet show?"
because
I'm
you
like,
said last
yeah.
week somebody was
was
commenting
bad. A
that
lot of
nobody
them
on
were.
our panel has curly hair. So that's what's
Out of
Yeah.
the three of
What
us,
the hell do we know?
none of us have curly hair.
Well, no, it was just the two of us last
And
week.
neither of you have curly. No, Melanie's hair
Right.
is
Uh-huh.
so straight.
Yep.
And it's short.
Yep.
It's dark.
Uh,
Oh my goodness.
yep. Yep. And who's this white dude? So.
oh
Wow.
You know, so we talked about it, and I deal with it every week, and then I delete them off and I ban people like crazy, right? Because people can't behave, and I had forgotten we did a couple of them back in the day. I'm better about it now, but when I first did it, I had let it build up way too long. It was before Melanie was on the show. It was just me. I was doing the curly hair Q&A shows by myself, like the first 70. Did you know that? That's a fun fact.
No.
I did like the first
Why are you going to do
70
them without Melanie?
because I needed to get started and she didn't want to do them.
She was busy.
I don't remember that.
She's still busy.
I just told Helen about the first episode you were on.
No,
Do you
that's
want
not
me
true,
to replay
Ken.
that?
That's not true because we started it at the Chicago Hair Show.
No, I had already started here, but shortly before that show. Yeah, but I had started here in this room right here.
I'm going to dig those up.
That
See
was-
what you
that
talked
was-
about.
that was-
they are available.
That
Talking
wasn't
to
about curly
yourself.
hair.
Yeah.
That was about coffee enemas.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Oh,
But
maybe
no,
I
it was-
won't look it up.
No, it was all kinds of stuff. Maybe you need to.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe you do.
I
But
don't
anyway,
know.
I waited way too long and I took way too much and I let it get too personal.
Yeah,
So
can't do that.
No.
It's not personal.
Yeah.
Really, at the end of the day, like
Yeah.
negative things is really, really at the root of it. Or
It
not
was
personal.
getting really mean to her and to I and whatever, and so I did it when
They're personal when they
Yeah.
say
Yeah,
it.
but I mean,
yeah, but when it got to it got to the point where we were building up a following, or I was building up a following, and I regret doing it, although I will still laugh every once in a while when somebody finds it or it shows up in my feed for a memory. I will kind of laugh, but in hindsight, I shouldn't have done it. I named people by name, first and last, and read it like right off.
well, I mean, everybody
that-
else saw it anyway, so
Well,
I don't know.
I shouldn't have,
Okay, well
but,
then don't do it
you
this
know,
time
right?
if you regret.
well,
it.
it's
What's
the
that
whole
old saying?
Jeff Gordon thing
There
that
you
Jessica
go.
shared.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What's that whole thing? Hurt people thing, whatever. And I felt kind of hurt about it because, and it's not so much me as much my wife. You
I
can attack
understand
me
that.
all you want.
Right.
You
No,
attack
I get
my
that.
wife, it's game on.
Right. My husband would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So anyway, but we're going to do it next week. So now I go through this whole spiel about should have never did it next week. Show number 245 will be a,
But I like Jessica's story with Jeff Gordon. Share that again. Yeah.
How he said, every time he comes out on stage, he gets booed, like driver introductions at the beginning. Like he would get booed so much. And he said, it's okay. Obviously, I'm doing something right. If they hate me that much.
right.
And he said, the day that I walk out and I'm not booed, I need to change things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Poor guy, still booed to this day.
Yeah. But
He's
think
not
about
even
it.
driving anymore. They
Yeah.
still boo him when he pops up
Yeah.
on Saturdays.
Right.
Wow.
And
Or
now
Sundays.
he's the executive vice president of a $4 billion.
Right, he's fine.
He's
So
fine.
boo
He's
away,
good.
boo
Right.
away.
That's exactly it.
Right.
He's fine.
He's good.
He's not boo-hooing all the way to the bank.
Absolutely not.
Boo away. Uh-huh.
So any
I
other
have
questions?
some fun Jeff Gordon stories if we ever
Oh
feel
my
like. If we ever
gosh.
have to kill some time, I'll tell you about him some.
We have
He's a-
things to go over still.
He's a pretty normal guy. You'd be surprised. He likes a drink now and then.
Most people do.
We had a Shamrock Shake, fun fact, last night.
I know. She told me about it on the way. She's like, we had a Shamrock Shake.
We
And I
did.
said, oh. And then she explained.
That should have settled my stomach. Melanie, is it even possible to restore very damaged hair? Not dead hair, but, well, Not dead hair, but heavily processed hair along the ears. I'm talking about dyes, flat irons, blow dryers, bad products, that kind of stuff. Or do I have to wait until I grow healthy hair again?
So I feel like we just answered that
Yeah,
in the
kinda
previous
did.
question. But again, it depends on if it's damaged and breaking, then it's reached that point of no return where it cannot be repaired. But that sounds just like, average breakdown of, you abusing it, like with heat and straightening and whatever, and color and highlights. And, definitely we can do something about that with the conditioning treatments, with keratin treatments. There's a lot of different things that we have to be able to restore and repair some of that damage that's been done. It's just the breaking down of the integrity of the hair, which makes the cuticle rise, and that makes the hair rough, and that causes frizz. So all those things. But yes, there are treatments for that. There are products for that, and they are beneficial and they are helpful to a point. And then, like I said, if it's really like absolutely fried hair, like Jessica has a story about that. Which makes your hair, like, you lose so much integrity in it. The protein and the moisture is broken down to a point where it doesn't curl anymore. Right, Miss Jessica?
Absolutely. Maybe one day I'll get brave enough to share the photos.
Ooh, yes. I think we talked about that.
This beautiful curl right here
Yeah.
used to not even
Exists.
No, it was the straightest, but it was blonde and I loved it.
She was attached. she was chemically dependent.
For sure.
Oh, boy.
My hair was almost white, Ken.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
I thought it was. I look back at those pictures, I'm like, ooh, I was cute. But now I look back and I'm like, oh, maybe
Breaking
not.
off and
Oh,
falling
it
out.
wasn't healthy at all.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't know that it wasn't healthy.
Right. Most don't.
Yeah, I didn't realize that what I was continuing to do was making it worse and worse and worse. Until I learned.
Until you learn.
Got some knowledge.
Until you met me.
And now
Right.
I still think I have blonde hair.
Yeah.
I'm blonde and it's curly and it's healthy and it doesn't break off. Thank you very much.
Right.
you
Thank you.
are welcome. I
right.
saved your curls.
Yes.
Yeah, you brought them back.
I did.
Brought them back to life.
Brought them back from the dead.
You did.
It takes a while, by the way. That doesn't happen overnight either. It's a
Right.
process. Especially, people like Jessica, when they come to me, it happens a lot. They're attached to that hair. They're attached to the length. They don't want to lose it. So little by little by little, I can't just chop it off because they'll freak out and never come back, So, a lot of times you just have to do a little bit at a time. And so it takes, several months.
One of my favorite things was, do you remember the one client who had that one long piece of hair she wanted and she held on to it during her whole haircut? She was like,
tied it around her mouth.
She was like, you
remember?
can cut anything but this. And she like held it the whole time. It was so
Yeah.
funny. But she loved it.
Chicks are weird. Chicks are weird. All right. We got a couple other questions and we'll wrap it up.
No, I have
if-
my client.
Oh yeah,
of the week.
We'll go over that we'll go over that next. If you are a licensed professional hairstylist and maybe live in Canada or close to the border from maybe Detroit, right? Detroit. We have a Raw Curls Academy class coming up in April. We have some spots available for licensed professional.
We're closing that pretty soon.
Oh yeah, we are. Yeah, because we got. I think
I have
we
to
got one
ship
more today.
I have to ship mannequins and stands.
Yeah.
and-
So if you're
From your
interested,
trunk?
or
yes.
you know what would be a great gift for your hairstylist? If you have a hairstylist that you love and they don't have curly hair training and you want to embrace your curls, buy them
Oh.
this class.
That's a good idea.
It's a great idea. It's affordable. It'll get them enough training in 2 days that they'll be able to go back and at least start their journey as a curly hair specialist.
You probably have
Would
to
you
be
believe that?
willing to let them practice on you, though.
A little, yeah.
Yeah, but my class, it's pretty intense. I make people, well, I don't. I say that we'll stay until everyone feels
No
comfortable.
2-hour lunch. You mean we're not out at 3:45?
No, this might be a little different just because I have to catch a plane. But typically, when people come to my salon, you're on, my hours, my kind of work schedule, which
So it never ends.
It never ends.
Right.
So
it's not like a hair show. You hairstylists know what I'm talking about. You ain't going out for drinks after the first class. No, you're going home to bed.
Yeah, but I like to, because I've been to classes, after doing hair for 26 years now, I've been to classes where I leave and I feel disappointed because maybe I have a question or I don't feel confident, right away. I don't get it. And then, typically if you have that, you're going to go back and not use it. You're just going to go back to your old ways.
Yeah.
So I want people to feel confident in what they just learned, that they can go back and, launch this new career or this, these new techniques and, have great success with it. So I stay with people until they feel like they get it. Sometimes I've had to take people by the hand and literally go through the motions with them with their shears and, but I want to make sure that, and that's why we keep the classes small so that I can have that one-on-one with everyone.
It's like the pottery scene from Ghost.
Yes, totally.
You just stand
Not
behind
really.
them and you just stand behind them and hand in hand.
But you're not massaging their private parts,
Okay,
though, right?
that's not what I meant.
Yeah, sure.
Don't get
anyway.
too-
All
Oh,
right.
God.
It's not that literal, Ken.
Yeah. So, right. So, Melanie, tell us about the clients you dealt with this week at the Raw Hair Organic Salon in beautiful Naples, Florida. We've got some pictures here, right, Helen?
Yep. Yeah, it was a good week. I always have a mix of things and people, and we're always having fun. I don't know, we're always up to shenanigans, but this one was fun. And she's a gamer, she admitted. Yeah, so that was really interesting. Second time doing her hair, she said it was the best haircut she's ever had in her life. So this was her second time coming in, which was really exciting for me. And as you can see, it actually still looks good. It just needs to be cut because in those top pictures, which Greg are the before, you can see where it's starting to get stringy on the ends because of the texture of her hair being finer. And you can see that couple of inches that need to be cut just to bulk it up. So that's exactly what we did. We cut it up to that length, reshaped it, and then she's got those, beautiful curls again. And it looks nice and thick and healthy. Instead of, like I say, everyone's hair starts to get a little stringy on the ends, once it gets to a certain point. And so that's what she needed, but it was fun. But yeah, we learned something that she, was into playing video games.
How old is she? Like 18, 17?
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
she's like
She has like grown kids. I
Yeah.
think her kids are maybe, I don't want to get it wrong, but I feel like they're like 18 maybe.
I
or
feel like
20
she's
or-
between your age and mine. Yeah.
Yeah, so she said that they started playing games to bond during COVID. And now she's in love with them, and now she plays.
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. Yeah. But she's also in love with her curls now. So yay.
Yay.
Good for her.
Yeah, she was fun.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anything else good happen this week?
Yeah. What else?
Oh, we got really pretty new foils.
Yes, we have a picture of that. Jessica made me use the new foils, and Helen made me start working on reels. So we don't have, I haven't posted it yet. I don't think it posts. I was practicing with these foils, and yeah, they're so fun.
There was a beautiful surprise when we opened the box.
There was. They were just spring foils, and I thought, do we really need to get that? And I'm so glad I did because they're really cute. They're green, and they have bees and flowers, and it's just something, just these little things that are exciting in the salon. It seems silly, but it just jazzes it up a little bit. It's a conversation piece. People notice.
It was
They're
fun.
like, oh my gosh, look at how pretty those foils are. If I use fuchsia, a lot of the different colors started for colorists that needed to keep their colors separated so they would know what was a highlight, what was a low light, so they could remember. So they would use different color foils. But for me, anyway, I just do it for fun, just for the seasons or.
I was kind of like a kid at a toy store, and I was like, "Oh, Melanie, we need these right here." And she's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Look how pretty they are. I want them."
And there they are.
And there
then
they are.
showed up in the salon, and I was
Yeah.
like, they're so cute. The little bees. I love the little bees.
Yeah, so I'm saving them. I know. I don't want to use them now because they're so fun.
Well, let's. We have we'll do one or two more questions.
Oh, there's another picture.
Oh, there's another. Oh, sorry, I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
Helen.
Yeah, man. We
Oh.
couldn't forget this one.
Oh, I've heard about this one. I haven't
I
seen it.
snapped a picture of that today at my doctor's office.
Do you know who it is?
I can't see it, but
It's my
I've been
boy.
in that
It's
office.
my boyfriend.
I've been in that office a million times.
So you
You
have to
don't know
know
who
who it
that
is.
is?
I can't tell with the reflection.
You haven't been in this office ever. This is Dr. Podestas.
Oh, I thought this was maybe Dr. Chris's because he's got a lot of sports
No. Oh,
memorabilia
right.
because he does so many athletes.
I don't know who it is on the right, but I definitely know who that is on the left.
Yeah, man.
Can't tell. No,
Can we zoom in?
probably not. Who's is this somebody he did an orthopedic surgery on?
Yeah. Yeah. His office walls are covered everywhere with signed pictures like this.
So are
Autographs.
you going to go up there?
Yeah, of course.
Celebrity stylist? Melanie
Yeah.
Nichols?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought about it just as a
Put
joke.
it right next to this one.
Yeah, it's got to be next to that one for sure. That's
So-
One guess of who it is.
That's my man.
So when he comes in for a check, I can't exactly tell. I'm thinking to the right. It looks like Chris Farley. To the left, it could be Marky Mark. It could
Oh.
be.
Not even close there, buddy.
It's not Bradley Cooper. No?
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Maybe
Bradley
it is. I was going to
Cooper.
say, just it's hard trying to look. But you know what would be funny is you get one of those pictures. You tell him it's got to go next to that. So when Bradley comes in for his checkup, he'll look at his picture and go,
Oh,
that?
who's the cute redhead?
"Who's that?"
Of course he will.
But he'll say it in French.
Oh, okay.
Because he speaks French.
He does? Wow.
Fun fact.
Even better.
How do I know more? How do I know more about these people than you?
Good question.
Anyway.
But yeah, he's worked on so many celebrities and professional athletes and stuff. But I was there today with my orthopedist, and who's going to be working on both of my shoulders now because both of them are bad. But he's going to make me all better. But yes, he's got a signed autograph picture of my Bradley Cooper on the wall. I was
She
like, we need
chose-
to talk about that.
Here's
She
another.
chose her surgeon based on the photograph
The
on the
photographs
wall.
on the wall,
She was like, "Oh, you win. You are the winner."
You're the man.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact about Bradley Cooper. He's the one that
You're full of knowledge.
Useless. That Brad Pitt credits for getting him off his drug addiction.
Really?
Said if
Wow.
it wasn't for Bradley, it would have never got off.
Nice.
Well, good job
I'm sure he locked him
for both Brads.
in a basement somewhere.
Yeah. Cool.
Stop or
Yeah.
die.
Anyway, that was fun.
Anyway, it's a fun fact. All right. Okay, I think that's it. Do we have any other? Well, I should I should give you this one. And what time is it? How much time we got?
It's 8:30.
All right, we got like 2 minutes. Let's get this last one in. Don't forget, be back here for show number 245 next week. All our big giveaways, and they're legit giveaways. They're legit giveaways.
Too legit.
Two legit giveaways. And that's T.O. because it's not
Okay.
two. Anyway, all right, Melanie, this is a good question. Melanie, that was a good question too. Melanie, with all the work we do figuring out which products make our quote unquote natural hair more healthy, does it ever get to the point that your healthy hair doesn't need products and it will look beautiful, truly natural? In other words, you ever get to the point where you just don't need products anymore?
Right. That's a good question. I wish it was, I wish the answer was yes, but it's not. Your hair can be healthy and you can use maybe less products, but curly hair, I feel like all hair just typically needs something. To give it oomph, to give it body, to give it lift, to give it definition,
Va-voom.
Va-va-voom. Yeah.
But I would say that's very case by case basis because like we've talked about before, you have clients who you're halfway through and they're like, it's perfect, don't touch it.
Yeah.
And so if depends on if you want detailed, if you want that defined curl versus like the beachy stuff. I don't know. I guess some people could probably get away with it if they liked how that looked.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. It is
Yeah.
going to be individualized. But it's going to be more flyaway. It's going to be more fluffy. You're going to, frizz easier, if you're out in the wind and those things. So it's not like it could never happen, but it's typically going to still look better to use products So
Right,
it's not
there's
that
not
it's not healthy, but you might not need like the conditioning treatment mask and things like that. So it could be where you use less or different. But yeah, I just feel like products enhance the hair and the style. So
They do. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And thank you for all your knowledge this evening. I
And
should-
every day,
and
Melanie.
every day.
I
Thank
learn
you.
something new every day from her.
Really?
Every single
For
day.
sure
huh?
I do.
what did you learn this week?
I don't know. But I really do
Goes
like
in one ear and
no,
goes
it's
out
probably
the other.
written in my notebook, but there are things
There you
that
go.
I'll ask you and I'll say, tell me why this is. Or I'll listen to her telling a new client why it is what it is. And, I've retained a lot of that information. I don't know. I mean, I can't tell you out loud what it is, but there's a lot of things that I didn't make sense to me before. And hearing you talk about it and understanding why, I think that's the key.
Yeah.
You could tell me all day long that anti-frizz is what I need, but why?
Right. Shh, shh, quiet, quiet. Do you hear that? That's your new baby. I can hear in the background saying, "Mommy, where are you? Come home."
What?
No.
You are so weird.
No.
You
My
know,
Come home and take care of me. Exercise me. you hear that?
I
You hear
drove it
that?
around all day today. Don't you even worry.
you made me lose my train of thought now. But even
We were
like,
having a
puppy,
moment, Ken.
It's
Yeah.
gonna poop
Quit-
on the floor. And
We were having a moment.
Oh my
I'm going to put you in
Go ahead.
timeout. Turn around.
yeah, like gosh, quit being disruptive.
I'm the host.
Yeah, well, even like I can think of how we've talked about the difference of knowing that you can't just show up to an appointment and decide right then and there what you want to have done in your hair. And you've told me that, you've done that before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
so-
is interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's just different ways that other stylists schedule their time, where your time, which still blows my mind, like your time is so precise that I can look at your calendar and know when somebody's color is processing. But I feel like the other places that I've gone, which I guess aren't wrong, they work for them, but it was like, okay, hey, what are we doing today? And it could be anywhere from, I just need a trim to I want a full head of highlights, and it would happen.
oh my gosh.
Could you imagine if
No.
no, me
No,
either.
that
Not now that I see your structure and how, much you can do when you actually structure your day.
Yeah. I think you're right. Maybe that just comes from personality, being
Yeah.
organized and, having to work my business.
Are you done with us?
Okay. Ken, it's a wrap. Ken's out.
All right. So don't forget to wear green on St. Patrick's Day so you don't get pinched.
That's a myth. It's
That
a
is not.
myth.
It is true.
Who's ever heard of that?
Everyone?
Never.
Except
I've never
for
gotten
you.
pinched.
I don't know.
I'm not gonna wear green on purpose.
Yes, you will.
I want to get pinched.
I'll pinch you anyway. No, it's a thing. Let me know if you've heard that before. Do we need to go? All right. All right. Well,
Okay. Well, have a happy St. Patty's Day. Have a shamrock shake. I don't know.
go find a lucky 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And enjoy your curls. We'll see you next Monday.
Bye. Wave, Ken. Bye.